It's alive, and there's people here.
Is it working?
It is. You know, now that I've threatened it into submission. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I already see that Penn, Neil, and Aaron are here. Welcome to the stream already. I love it when my viewers are here before I am.
Hello, everyone. Say hello, Gracie.
Gracie, say hello.
No.
Gracie's like, fuck you. I'm not your dancing monkey. So yeah, we were joking around that, you know, I tweeted out earlier we're getting a new ISP next week. Not tomorrow Friday, but the Friday after. We're finally getting a new ISP. Is it not syncing?
I don't know.
That's weird. That's not a technical issue I would have expected to have right now. That's not the right cable, is it? This one should work. Let me... I will force it to sync manually with this. There we go. That did it. For some reason, it just decided it did not want to connect. So how's everyone? We're all here because we're all not there. Bogo's here. Yes, I saw you started uploading again. So congrats on the move. And everything's good. Everything's good. All right. So yes, next Friday will be interesting. So not today, but next Thursday will be the last stream where, in theory, shit can break.
Shit's gonna break.
Shit's gonna break. That's what happens. Yeah, it was fun. There weren't many people last week because everyone was indisposed. You were moving, and Caboose was busy, and so was Pocky. So it's like, I think it was Aaron and Bogo mostly, and Neil was here as well. So it's like that was that. And Casey here says here or there. So, but in theory, this will be the last Diablo story stream. We're talking about maybe doing some PC stuff to show off some of the extra stuff.
Yeah, really, it probably wouldn't take more than like one.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Get that all sorted out. So, but then
Okay, so what are we doing? Okay.
we're breaking stuff. Oh, that's right. I've got new abilities. I want to see what this does. I have decided to say screw. Oh yeah, I have the new hammer that, you know,
It splits.
that splits.
Oh, those are nice shoulders for you.
They are. I will deal with them in a moment. I got one fucking episode done. Now I'm going to miss another day again because wireless internet eats CPU cycles. Lost an entire 30-minute vid. So, I can't tell you the number of issues I've had recording over the years. I lost audio for like 5 episodes of Shining Force 3 Scenario 3 the first time I played it. So I had to go through and edit in some of the soundtrack. It was ridiculous. But it's what happens. You know, tech issues are a thing. Living with my mom right now, so it's not bad. I'd rather be somewhere else, but not because I don't like my mom. Yeah, see, I have awesome parents, but I really don't think I'd ever want to move back in with them. Like, I love them dearly, but there's only so much I'd be able to, you know, tolerate that without losing my mind, regardless of how, you know, how awesome they are. I actually tweeted earlier that I'm one lab accident away from being a supervillain. Thankfully, my dad owns a lab. Just go to work one day and be like, I'm going to start mixing acids and bases and see what happens. You get salt in that instance. But anyway, I know someone was going to be the party pooper, like, you get salt. Oh, I didn't tell you earlier today. So someone commented on one of my videos saying that I am every 4chan meme rolled into one. Not entirely sure what that means.
I think they called you a pedophile.
It's like, then I was like, what does that even mean? What do they say? It's like, well, I think, oh, did we get Frozen?
Jailer. Similar to Frozen, but not quite the same thing.
But I think one of the things was, you know, my hat. It's like, oh, I'm a fedora wearing. It's like, one, it's not a fedora. I get so angry every time someone says any sort of hat is a fedora. It's like, you people don't know what fedoras actually are. Stop it. Audio and SF3 is important. We cannot miss 1 second at the street. We can't. Boga got Overwatch on PS4. Spent 12 years living on my own with roomies. Mom spent 12 years living alone. Movers finally arrived with all my shit, and that would totally be chemistry represent. See, that's all it takes is just one lab accident, and that's all. That's all she wrote, really. My dad runs an environmental lab, so I could get environmental-related powers. I could be the antithesis of Captain Planet.
Wasn't that... No, that... was Sergeant Slaughter...
Amanda's heading out, so she waved, so... no, Sergeant Slaughter was, wrestling.
We went in...
We went in a circle.
But there was a Captain America or Captain Planet villain named similarly, right?
I believe so. And Pin says fedoras are awesome. The douchebag head is a trilby. And Boga's really into N and Diva. And Barbara's dealing with Windows 10. Yeah, I refuse to deal with Windows 10. I did not upgrade any of my stuff because my recording equipment is so temperamental. I've had so many issues with, like, a driver causing issues over the years. I'm like, no, if I don't have to upgrade something, I won't. That was Captain Pollution, and God forgive me that I know that. Sergeant Slaughter was in G.I. Joe. Okay, really?
Yeah.
G.I. Joe? I thought he was, who's the wrestler? Oh, no, was he the G.I. Joe character was the same wrestling character, wasn't it? Because, like, they looked exactly the same. There was a Captain Planet named Duke Nukem. Yes, I remember Duke Nukem.
I think it was Duke Nukem that I was thinking of.
Yeah, because he was kind of funky looking.
It ate me.
Motherfucking demon ate me.
Ooh, a perfect diamond.
It's perfect. And yeah, apparently we're both. So yeah, Sergeant Slaughter was a thing. So G.I. Joe. Or J.I. Joe. I like that one. I like that. It's a good way to turn the GIF versus GIF argument on its head. I kind of like that. I'm a fan of that. I like the cut of your jib. Or gib. Wait, gib, in that context, means they're dead. Because insta-gib is, you know, exploding into bits, right? That's...
I like the cut of your exploded fingers.
And now we sound kind of Hannibal Lecter-ish. I'm kind of okay with that. Didn't have a TV till I was like 6. I had a TV in my room when I was 6 because I had an older brother. And so I had an older brother and a family that really enjoyed technology. So Dad would upgrade stuff, and me and my brother would get the hand-me-down tech. For the longest time, I played a Sega Genesis on a Commodore 64 monitor. I never actually used an RF cable for my Sega Genesis because it would not actually accept an RF signal. It had to use the RCA. So, Sergeant Slaughter played himself in the G.I. Joe cartoon and got top billing in the animated movie. Really? G.I. Joe had some badass lady characters on kids' TV. Most badass chick was Carmen Sandiego. I was oddly attracted to Carmen Sandiego from the cartoon show.
That's a name. A socketed etched jacket of fortitude.
That's one thing I always loved about the random equipment generator in Diablo. You could get, like, the longest sounding name. Like, they're going to add, like, 4 or 5 prefixes and 6 suffixes, and it's still a piece of crap equipment.
It's like socketed split mail of the stars. It's garbage.
Yeah. Rowan, what are you doing? Come here. You're going to knock stuff over. We were watching videos of cats knocking stuff over, and now I think it's given my cats ideas. Carmen was pretty bad. Carmen was badass. I don't know why. It was that the whole way she's drawn where you only see one eye because her hair and her hat covered it. I don't know. That always seemed very seductive to me. And I probably really shouldn't think about Basically, she's a terrorist, if you think about it. She's stealing shit left and right for her own gain.
ProTurret actually did, like, an entire video on, you know, the design of the old cartoon Carmen Sandiego character.
I think I'm going to check that out, yeah.
We just walked into a boss arena, by the way.
Oh, well then. It's time to make them regret life. Long hair, slender body, master thief, amazing coat and hair. It was the hat, really. I think I was attracted to the hat. No, it was the whole thing. Like, she was a really interestingly designed character. And as a kid, I kind of thought, hey, you know, she's kind of a terrorist. She's someone we should probably, keep an eye out for. Like, but I also grew up thinking that the Sonic cartoon based off the Archie comics, where they were, you know, the freedom fighters living in Knothole, that they were terrorists. Like, the opening section, the opening to the show is they are, in fact, bombing a dam.
Oh, that hurt a lot.
Oh, we're still on hard, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not that it's actually hard at this point. Like,
yeah, just have to actually, you know, dodge some stuff. And the final boss is going to be fun. Because, like, if you're playing on a difficulty level where most of the stuff is a reasonable challenge, he has, like, Sephiroth levels of HP.
well, that's going to be fun. She's a thief, not a terrorist. Her capers aren't designed to invoke fear, induce compliance. True, but it's for her own gain. So, I mean, she is a thief, but she's stealing things that, by definition, like, stealing monuments are going to cause fear and panic. Like, if you go to Paris and steal the Eiffel Tower, everyone in Paris is going to flip the fuck out. Like, that's...
Mostly for wondering how the fuck you actually did it.
Again, no civilian population can't be terrorist. See, that's the thing. We don't know what Robotnik's civilian population... Like, there were other humans. He had that little, like, snively, big-nosed assistant. So there were other humans. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Do it Rockapella. And she is not wearing a fedora. Very few people actually wear fedoras.
Okay, so we beat Malthael's lackey. Now we need to find out where he is.
Didn't Cobra Commander? So that in the universe everyone just goes, huh?
You know, I just realized I forgot about an entire section of this act. We might still finish, but we probably won't.
We're probably not. Well, then that's good, because that means next week, the last stream on this ISP will be the last stream for Diablo, so... Indiana Jones. Is that actually a fedora? Was Indiana Jones's hat actually a fedora? I didn't think it was. I mean, but if it is a fedora, it's Indiana fucking Jones. Of course he can wear a fedora. He melts Nazi faces. Anyone who melts Nazi faces can totally rock fedora. I have nothing against fedora. I just love that everyone on the internet, because fedoras have become such a hated thing, that every hat is a fedora. It's not. It's not. Shredder? I think Shredder stole everything at one point. I'm pretty sure. Because didn't he use, like, the... Was it the Technodrome or the Terrordrome? The giant thing with an eyeball on the top of it that was their base of operations that was moving underground. I could have swore they just kind of caused things to sink into the ground. Our fedoras for my cooking job made the 7-1 kid tall. How often does Indiana wear part?
That's new. Usually it just says, stay a while and listen, as one of the screen tips. That one was, stay a while and loot things.
I forgot that we have a dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, I just dodged into something purple.
Yeah, it's, you know, the dead marshes.
Are there rats of unusual size?
Do not follow the lights.
The fire swamp. I'd rather go to the fire swamp. I never did hear anything back about, you know, my favorite battle. Never did. No, mostly they sat around and got invaded by reptiles. Terrordome was Cobra, Technodrome was... Okay, see, I get that one confused. Because the names are so fucking similar.
Guess we can't go in that way.
Oh, we can't go into the place that is... got a giant skull on top of it. That's...
We'll have to travel through the passage of the Silver Monkey. We don't have any life medallions.
We don't. Well, that kind of exploded everyone away. Dominating! Alright, so... that was fun. Go through the door! If anything, the turtles were the bad guys. They just went around messing up people who wanted to be ninjas. The links are still kind of borked because we have gone through. Like, Helix was with me. We went through and tried to fix it, but it's very weird about links. Like, typically we have to do basically everything minus the .com.
Yeah. And, you know, it'd be one thing if, like, you could set stream-specific settings, because then it's like you barely get any bots on streams anyway, and you can just, since you're here, you can just immediately ban them. But since the same comment settings apply to both streams and just regular video comments, makes things trickier.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the whitelist, you can't set it for streams versus video. It's just your whitelist is all content. So it's like... Indiana Jones repopularized the fedora in the Indiana Jones franchise. Oh, well then! I'm probably afraid of getting its pottery broken. Yeah, glad that, you know, Indy wears a fedora, because, you know...
Level 40.
We're both... Oh yeah, I'm level 40. How did I get ahead of you experience-wise?
I don't know.
You were ahead of me for the longest time.
So there's these guide stones that will tell us the proper path through the blood swamp. Because there's fire, wind, earth, and water entrances. But instead of telling us the right one, it just, each guidestone that we find tells us one of the wrong ones.
Oh, brilliant.
So we have to find 3 of them. Or we could just guess.
Well, these guys were actually here, but no, they're... was there a soda? I know there was there was a cereal, and it was fucking delicious. I loved that cereal. Like, it had little marshmallow nunchucks. It had basically marshmallow weapons for the turtles, and then just it was Lucky Charms, but with a Ninja Turtle like skin on it. It was weird, but it was so tasty. I liked it better than Lucky Charms at the time.
Oh man, Vampiric, actually, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Rating chokes.
Now I'm level 40.
You're level 40. Cornets and marshmallow weapons. Yeah, that's... You ate the cereal. I can't tell. I ate the hell out of that cereal.
This guy's got a skull.
I'm just kind of hanging out with a skull. That's totally not eerie.
Yeah, we don't care what you have to say.
Now that I've actually, changed my job abilities, I'm doing a ridiculous amount of damage.
Wasn't Zale over there?
Yeah.
Why? This is the same guy apparently, and yet he's. I don't get it.
Well, shape-shifting, teleporting. These are things that, in the Diablo universe seem pretty normal.
Yeah.
Anyone remember the female turtle? Venus. Yes. Yeah. Didn't Shredder die in the... I don't know. I don't remember... I actually don't remember much of the non-80s Ninja Turtles cartoon. Is basically where I ended my relationship with the Ninja Turtles. I played some of the games for a while. Mostly the first generation of games, so Hyperstone Heist and Turtles in Time, depending on what console I was playing on. That was it. Dark side of the internet has her alive and doing well. Adult stuff. Yeah, Rule 34. If it exists, porn of it exists.
The Wave Passage.
Yeah. They did have a crossover with Power Rangers. I remember that. The live-action Turtles in space was weird.
Okay, it was you that got it. There was a legendary sword that dropped earlier, and I didn't notice who actually
I actually thought you got it.
Oh, I don't have it. Maybe I do have it, because... I don't know.
There was what? Yeah, go with that. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I swear it wasn't there before.
Fulminator. Not as much dexterity.
Sure. We'll go with that.
April or Irma? Probably April. But I always found the thing that she was wearing a yellow jumpsuit really weird. If there's not a porn version of it, it will be made. Fuck you, Rule 30. Yeah, basically. Did
You hit the
I
exit.
was I hit the exit. Damn it! Back inside. I'd have to fight Mona Lisa the lizard for the girl. I always liked Donatello. I always liked the smart characters, the brainy ones. Like, Donatello, favorite Ninja Turtle. Favorite Power Ranger was Billy. But I also liked the color blue more than most, other colors. Especially from the color palette used, in Power Rangers. Speaking of going back and watching Power Rangers again, it's really trippy going back watching things that are older than, digital television, and then seeing, like, the digital aspect of it. It's like, oh yes, the DVD quality of this is still, less than 40, and you look at the data transfer rates for it, it's like, my god, this was television. This was a thing. Oh. Let's see. Like Raphael, who's cool but rude. Haha. I'll take gender bending, Rule 63. If I'm right, over Rule 34. Did you know Donnie was voiced by Brainy Smurf? No. Strong fondness for wise ass and characters voiced by Rob Paulson. Nowadays, everyone under the sun is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. You get no choice in the matter. It's Johnny Young Bosch. Hope you enjoy Johnny Young Bosch. You're gonna get a lot of them. I don't have anything against Johnny Young Bosch, but like everything I watch has something related to him in it. Well, weird. Luth sent me a post yesterday that was actually kind of interesting. BioWare's looking for voice actors for some of their stuff. Like, I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I could do voice acting work.
No, you can't.
I could. It would be the Johnny Young Bosch school of I have one voice and that's it. Like, I'm not one of those voice actors that can do like 20, 30 voices. It would be me. Cartoon voice acting is a small incestuous group. It kinda is. I mean, for the longest time, it's like they didn't treat, voice acting with a lot of respect. So it's like, alright, guess what? You're the voice actor for this. You're also the voice actor for the next 6 things we do, because really we don't want to hire anyone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't help that Scott McNeil and Tress McNeil are able to do more. See, it's multiple voice actors. Or multiple voices for voice actors. What was I watching the other day? I was watching something, and I'm like, oh, I recognize this person's voice. Why do I recognize this person's voice? Oh, that's because they do, like, 6 voices on, various... I think, oh my god. And then there's Frank Welker. I remember seeing the voice actor of the Cheerio Bee, Impulse Them. I forget. I went to Animazement one year, and they had a voice... They have voice actor panels where they'll get, prominent English and Japanese voiceover artists to do things. And one year they had... I'm blanking on her name, but she was Lena Inverse, she was Deedlit. A lot of 90s anime. Lisa Orts? Yeah, I think it's Lisa Orts. She was there. I didn't get a chance to get into the panel. The panel was packed. Which is hilarious because this convention is not a, like... Or at least back then it was not a huge convention. It's much larger now. But it was really entertaining to at least try to get in the line for the QA. Met a few voice actors, mostly ones who worked on Transformers properties. Most strange thing to have one character be a total perv in one show and then voice an older brother to a little girl in the next one. Yeah, that's one of those things that just mess with you. My cousin got to meet Vic Mignogna. I can never pronounce his last name. But, yeah. Flawless Topaz? We're not using Topaz for anything, are we?
No.
Okay. That's disappointing. Rain down whatever this orange shit is. Rain orange shit from above. There. Hey, Gracie. You
What was that, Gracie?
freaking out? I think she startled herself in her sleep. Invader Zim was Richard Hortz. I don't think he ever did the Cheers B. That was Billy West, and before him was Arnold Stang. Apparently there was an animated film that was going to credit him until they remembered they'd used a real horse. Did find out that Dio Brando's Japanese voice actor also plays their Can't Afford Sky from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yuki Yami's voice actors was Knuckles and Mewtwo in English. Now I gotta look up what all Vic Mignogna... I can never say his fucking name and it pisses me off. Vic. I will do what must be done. That means kill, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's where you're going with this one? So this does raise a couple of questions. Since we are so close to being done with this, next week being the last stream, what next game do you all want to see us stream? Preferably not one that's like 300 hours, so that would be... That I would take that as a personal kindness if that's not where we opted to go with. So,
I personally would welcome it, but he would probably also take it as a personal kindness if you didn't suggest, like, Daikatana.
You had to bring that up. Now they're going to say that.
They were going to say it anyway.
Probably. You need a mnemonic. I do. Mignonia. Oh, okay. Everyone's helping me with Vic Mignonia's name, because I can't... Sonic 06, stream it. Alright, so... I've been saying that I've put the... I've been working on a Patreon, so... Hopefully that'll go live tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping. But I also have... My cousin is coming in town this weekend. She's got an event, not in this town, but the next town, which at this point it's Raleigh-Durham, so most people just consider it to be one town, but I swear to you it's not. So she's got an event going on. She's like, hey, do you mind if I crash at your place for the weekend? So yeah, sure, go ahead. So I also might have to entertain family. It's not bad. I like my cousin. We get along really well, so... She's just as big of a dork as I am. But, depending on what time she gets here, is going to be the key factor. Because I did not get any recording done today. I spent the day working on thumbnails instead. So I need to record, like, 5 or 6 episodes tomorrow, which is not going to happen. But depending on what I can get done and what time she gets here, I really want the Patreon to go live. So, and I will warn you, everything on its... I have some fairly affordable stuff, but like a lot of the big stuff is actually fairly expensive because I looked into just how much it costs me on average to do things. So, yeah, it's definitely a... If this were a real job... Which, speaking of if it were a real job, I'm trying to see if I can get some press passes to go to PAX next year. If not, I may just get passes and go to PAX regardless. Because I kind of want to start doing live coverage of events. So, I'm missing a lot of the conversations. It's going by very quickly. Zero Zola says the D&D arcade games. We've streamed that, haven't we?
We streamed one of them.
We streamed one of them. We did that. And yeah, Penn is doing AM2R. Bogo says Jet Set Radio. Barber says stream Cards Against Humanity. So I have a lot of cousins. Because my mom has 2 brothers. She's the oldest of 3. So both of her brothers, my uncles, have several kids. So it's me and my brother are actually, like, our section of the family is the one with the fewest kids. It's me and my brother at 2 is the fewest. I've got one uncle that had 3 daughters, and all of them are younger than me. The oldest one is about a year younger than me, so not terribly younger, but the other 2 are actually a fair bit younger. The middle daughter out of that section, she is a complete dork. I did a Let's Play specifically for her. The first time I did Magic Knight Ray Earth, it's because she was messaging me asking me about the game and how she loved playing it when she was really little, and I'm like, you know what, my cousin loves this game. I'm gonna Let's Play it.
Take a look at the map.
And but her 2 sisters, her older sister and younger sister, are considerably less dorky than I am, or less dorky than she is. And then my other uncle has 3 daughters and a son. His oldest daughter, the one who's visiting, she's older than me by a year. And she is, like, all of them are really just as big a dorks. Like, we'll post things on Facebook and it turns into, like, weird comment wars of who can find the dorkiest reference. And it's typically one of my cousins, because they'll throw something like Doctor Who related out, and Game of Thrones, something like that, and that's how it goes. So it's Golden Axe. A lot of the there's the Golden Axe HD. I say HD remake, but it's basically just a 3D Golden Axe that the Game Grumps are doing. I thought about that one, because that's one I've actually never played. I did not even know it existed until I started watching their playthrough of it. But it's basically just a remake of Golden Axe 1. So
we could do Dragon's Crown if we wanted to continue with, like, the beat 'em ups.
we could do Dragon's Crown. I think Dragon's Crown would probably fit a little bit better than
I kind of feel like that it might be good too to do something a bit different after, Diablo.
Yeah. It's a lot of gold that's just showing up.
It was an event. Had to kill all the guardians of the treasure room to get in here.
Oh, we're out of space. There's a perfect ruby right there. I have 4 cousins total, 2 on my dad's side. I haven't seen in 15 years. 2 on my mom's side. 1 I haven't seen in 10 years. Other I saw Christmas 2014. Then he has a kid. The cousin who's visiting has 2 kids, and I think she's the only one with kids at the moment. I don't know. The oldest on the other side of the 3 daughters, I don't see her anymore. Like, we don't talk. I honestly can't tell you the last time I saw her. really can't. So. Dragon's Crown is fun. You can add a few more people. Problem is, getting people here regularly is difficult. Sarah's at law school, so that's not going to happen. Meta might play a beat 'em up. I could kind of see that.
Gracie.
I should check and see if there's anything worth.
Gracie could play beat 'em up.
Gracie could play a beat 'em up. That has nothing.
Enemies ruin.
No. You don't have the damage. You've got vitality.
And crit damage.
And crit damage.
But it's still overall worse for damage.
Yeah. I mean, I could put a ruby in it. Will that offset the damage?
Try equipping it, see how much it affects your damage. Probably not. That was like 100 damage.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll stick with that. You... not worth having. You are not worth having.
Those are nice boots.
Strength and vitality. Better strength, better vitality. Yeah, we'll go with that.
No more Bojangle boots.
And then I don't... Yeah, that's not going to be... Yeah, no. Now time to just break stuff. Marauder, ever play Penny Arcade on the... I've not played the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness games. Streets of Rage Remake, definitely not supporting Sega by playing that. Dragon's Crown for my PS Vita. PS3 cross-platform. I don't think so. I don't think there's cross-play on that one. So okay, let's get everyone's opinion on this. So the new Sonic game, Sonic Mania, getting ready to come out. Thoughts and feelings on that one? I almost pre-ordered the special edition the other day because it looks cool. Like, I mean, it looks like it's going to be the first Sonic game in a real long time that I would be interested in picking up. So, but I mean, I still have yet to buy a Sega game because they still have not fixed the damage they did during the Shining series fiasco. But sticking with this collector's edition, the collector's edition does not have a physical copy of the game. It has a metal card with a download code on it. That seems like bullshit to me. Is it just weird that I find that to be bullshit, or is everyone else like, yeah, that's kind of... So, I mean, like, I've never seen a collector's edition that did not have a physical copy of the game like that. Like, that's... It could just be, like, on a USB stick for download, but there's still a physical copy of the game, like, in some way. Like, maybe even on... Maybe they just go old school and it's like, we'll put it on a CD. But that... I don't know. That gets me. Data Labyrinth, different... Yeah, there's actually two Sega games, or two Sonic games getting ready to come out. You've got Sonic Mania, which looks like it's a classic-style 2D Sonic game. It's done by the same guy who did the ports for Sonic CD. So, you know it's actually going to turn out to be alright. It's got some remakes of old levels, like it's got a really well-done remake of Green Hill Zone, but then it's got a new zone called Studiopolis. So, new stuff, old stuff. It's like Sonic Generations, just the 2D stuff, but as a self-contained game. And then there's another one called Untitled Sonic 2017 Project. Like, it showed classic Sonic and modern Sonic again, like Sonic Generations, but they're saying it's not Sonic Generations 2. So, but, yeah. Did you ever see Amazes Monsters? It was this crazy chick track-esque movie about evils of playing D&D. Ironically aired on CBS, which had the D&D cartoon. I did watch the D&D cartoon. It's the Spider Lady again, isn't it?
No, it's a different Spider
Oh,
Lady.
it's a different Spider Lady.
Yeah, it's actually Adria.
Oh.
She just kind of went, into the pit there. Into, what was it called? I can never remember what it's called. The ooze from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The Dip.
The dip. She went into the dip. And it gave her superpowers.
I'll give you superpowers. Alright, the little oozy, the little things crawling around, this is weird. And just gonna keep spamming that, and I'm taking a ton of damage. Let's see, fuck spiders.
You might want a potion.
Yeah. Because I took a ton of damage there.
Yeah, those pools, they don't joke around.
They don't. And Spider Lady is dead. Well, that's disgusting. Etched pants. Her. Earned a trophy. I like the Cavalier because he was a jerk. Speaking of weird old cartoons, remember the Conan the Barbarian show? Where it was Conan, I believe I don't know if it was Red Sonja or not, but there was, it was Conan and two other people. One was a guy and the other was a girl. They all had weapons made out of meteor killing lizard people, banishing them to the Shadow Realm.
Rare. Gracie remembers.
Barbara's throwing salmon at Penn. The only one with a sense of self-preservation. I don't know. I have to say, if I have magic weapons, I'm gonna kind of throw caution to the wind. Like, meow. Grab salmon with his throat teeth. Conan the Adventurer. Yes, Conan the Adventurer. Basically, we're going to take everything about Conan and water it down for a child's eye, because, like, the Conan comics back in the day were raunchy. Like, Conan's having sex with concubines and decapitating people and then having sex with their concubines. Like, it wasn't Red Sonja. Maybe, yeah, it wasn't Red Sonja, because I don't think they got the rights to Red Sonja. That was Lundgren. Welcome. Her throat teeth. Yes, Gracie's been here the whole time. She's just kind of sleeping.
And being quite angry at being disturbed.
Yes. She's also a grumpy old lady. Like, we were trying to figure out how old Gracie is the other day, and the closest we can figure is she's at least 13. So... Oh, hey, look!
Not really sure why angels are fighting, or why Mouthiel's minions are fighting the angels. Gracie.
Gracie, what are you doing? Journeyman Apex. I thought that said Jumpman Apex for a second. Like, I have Mario boots! It's like turning Conan into Gru. Anyone ever watched the Thundercats remake? I watched a couple episodes of it, but then it got hard to keep track of when it was actually on. I get mistaken for a guy often enough. I don't need help. Like, it's like the Conan Red Sonja IP is never aligned. I think Arnold's character in the Red Sonja movie was supposed to be Conan, but they couldn't get it. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they existed in the same world, and there were, you know, things that alluded to that fact. It just never actually panned out because you couldn't get rights holders to do things. And then, thus, the bitching about copyright law. There was another Conan cartoon where he looked after 3 kids. I don't remember that one. I remember Sonic having weird kids. Like, Sonic Extreme or some... Like, they were rock... It was a rock band? I don't know.
That was Sonic Underground.
Underground, thank you. Conan and the Young Warriors. No, I don't remember that one at all.
It wasn't Sonic's kids, it was his brother and sister.
It was his brother and... Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was, like, some sort of kids.
Nope.
Oh, God. That's... Just goes to show you that, that was a lot of explosions. Oh, well, welcome.
Yeah, this section is just, you know...
He just shows up.
We go forward a little bit, we kill some demons, a whole bunch more spawns in, then he shows up to tell us we're useless, and, we do that 2 more times.
Well then. I mean, if we're so useless, why doesn't he do all the damn work?
Because he really doesn't care if we die.
Here, look, a whole bunch of demons, and a whole bunch of dead demons. You are a dick. Go away. Sonic Underground was my first Sonic cartoon. Ever see the issue of Spider-Man which Mary Jane became Red Sonja? No, I did not see that. I think about the Scooby Gang reminds me of Buffy. In the comic book, Sonic does have kids. The show it's Sad AM. The Archie comics were based on. Scooby-Doo transcends space and time. He's crossed over with many real-life people who weren't even alive at the same time. He's a talking dog. Logic went right out the window. Basically.
Ooh, those are nice gloves.
Alright, are you done being a condescending prick?
Yeah, he is.
They once drove the Mystery Machine to China. They did once drive the Mystery Machine to China.
Why is there a battering ram just sitting outside the fortress gates?
You know, that's a good place to leave it. Just hang out with a battering ram, just kind of chilling out, you know. Makes perfect sense. Why were they hunting ghosts when they had a talking dog? I mean, fair enough. If you've got a talking dog, you pretty much have whatever you want, like money-wise. You just make that be a thing. Like, step right up, see my talking dog. Hey, look, aliens. Ridley Scott's gonna sue somebody. You're blocking things?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about your blocking thing. Yeah, go off the side, bitch.
Those dig into the ground to get armor, and then they just kind of, their armor just kind of absorbs it for a while.
I gotta say, the enemy designs for Diablo got weird.
Yeah. At the same time, though, at least they're not as bad as some of the Diablo 1 enemies were. Because, like, when you got into, the lower levels in Diablo 1, you'd start running into enemies that, oh, these guys are fire immune, these guys are lightning immune, these are immune to all magic, so fuck you if you're a wizard.
Yeah.
You have your summon golem, and that's basically all you got. Was there a thing back there?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is.
By definition,
thing? Oh no, that's a shrine, not one of the siege rooms.
Shaggy was high 24/7, possibly because the dog only tolerates sufficient pot in your system. Aside from Scooby Dang, were blatant parodies of the cast of Doobie Gills. The whole show was a fever coma dream for Shaggy. Now, Shaggy did some bad mushrooms at Woodstock, and the entire experience of the Scooby Gang was his mushroom-induced trip. That's it. That's Scooby-Doo. Like, even the theme song is him just losing his mind singing to himself because of weird psychedelics. But, that's just my take on it. Amazes me, I'm pretty sure that show's been airing somewhere continuously for roughly 47 years. Shaggy used the Mystery Machine as a hot box out by the rest of the gang. Thank you. I will say, Scooby-Doo, Daphne created an unhealthy obsession for redheads for me, but Velma was the sexier one. If only Velma was the redhead. Be perfect. I had a coworker when I was working at Barnes & Noble. She dressed as Velma for Halloween, and she looked like... It was actually kind of creepy. She was normally blonde, so she came in with, like, she dyed her hair brunette for Halloween, and she just had, like, the orange sweater and everything. It's like, she pulled off Velma. It was actually really creepy. Like, because she looked... Not like an actress portraying Velma. It's like she looked like the cartoon version of Velma. It was so trippy. Like, my coworkers and I were just sitting there going, this is... Like, one of my coworkers thought he was in the Truman Show for a little while, because, like cartoon characters are coming to life. He was also someone who probably had enough pot in the system to where he had talking dogs as well. So, take that for what you will. Cartoon Network did 25 hours of Scooby-Doo on time change day because nothing else you could scrape up 50 episodes that easily. Where did Daphne and Fred go in every episode? The bedroom! There's a Robot Chicken sketch of Scooby-Doo. They go to Camp Crystal Lake for Jason Voorhees. And Fred's like, alright, let's split up. Daphne, you go off alone, and Scooby and Shaggy, you go get high, and I'm gonna take Daphne into the bedroom and, have that hot, raunchy sex. Like, that's basically every plot of, Scooby-Doo. Boiled down.
Touch disgust.
Touch disgust. I'm a touch disgusted. I must wait to use that skill. I think we're talking about Scooby-Doo. Yeah, basically. My favorite thing was April Fool's a couple of years ago when they brought back classic Toonami. Like, it was it started off with Sailor Moon, and then Ronin Warriors, and Dragon Ball Z, and Gundam Wing, and Inuyasha. It was classic Toonami. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna. Like. I had plans the next day. It's like, no, plans are canceled because I'm gonna be up all night watching classic Toonami. And I was up till like 3:30 before I was like, I actually really need to sleep because I have not stayed up till this late in a really long time. And that's how you know you're getting older, when you're like, I can't stay up all hours of the night anymore, because you see the sunrise and you're like, fuck that, no. The sun can go eat a bag of dicks.
Pretty much.
You know who else can eat a bag of dicks? This endless wave of enemies. Where are they all coming from?
There was an event where, for some reason, there was a war that was frozen in time here, and we reactivated it.
So, what you're telling me is that this is the plot to Doctor Who. The Time War, that's what's happening?
I guess so.
Hey, you got Touch Defiance.
I'm gonna stick with Touch Disgust.
You do that.
101 kills. Ruthless massacre.
Jack Ryder the Creeper. Who remembers the Terminator and Scooby-Doo? I liked Jack Ryder. Jack Ryder was interesting. They call me Yellow-Skinned Wacky Man, but I prefer the Creeper. I'm going to heat me up some mac and cheese, and sometimes it was now we're talking about threesomes with Scooby-Doo characters? Because that's getting into, you know, a hypothetical would you rather.
Okay, seriously, where are all these guys coming from? There's just always more coming from off screen.
I'm gonna keep walking off screen and see if I can find them.
Okay, there's a guy up here. He might be summoning them, actually.
Well, he's not anymore.
The weapon.
The weapon.
It's shit.
It is, actually.
I kind of like the naming scheme for the Diablo 3 stuff. Back at launch, I kind of wanted to have like a coordinated named set of armor that wasn't actually a set, but just had random names that all matched, because like they're semi-random, but they have themed names. So like if they have a bunch of decks, they have a higher chance of having the prefix cats. So like they'll have cat's touch, cat's boots, and you could just have an entire set of cats.
Well, you know, seems legit. What's everyone saying? That was general consensus that Velma was a lesbian. No, Velma dated Shaggy. Because, you know, liberal arts major and classic stoner. That was the Family Guy joke. I think the first movie Shaggy Loves Interest was Mary Jane. Well, she was named Mary Jane, but you watched the last episode with Mark Hamill? Yes, I did. I actually really like the current running Flash and Arrow. I haven't watched a lot of Supergirl, but I've heard it. It started off kind of but then got better. And now that they're moving it to the same network as Flash and Arrow, that it should actually turn out to be really good. So I'm holding out hope. I believe it. Those movies never met a running joke they didn't like.
You took us into the portal, by the way.
I took us into the portal.
Which we could go through here, but we don't really have to go here. It's just a side area. So, you know, kill a bunch of stuff, and then we leave, and that's basically all that happens here.
I mean, I don't care. We can just head out? Just head out.
Which, I mean, like, it's fine for exploration stuff, but it doesn't... I don't know.
Realm of the Banished. The Siege Outpost.
This is actually really cool of him.
Hey look, dead guys. Beat you with my exploding hammers. I miss Young Justice too. And if there's one thing that I hate about, modern marketing, Young Justice was canceled because girls don't buy enough toys. That's why they said they canceled it. And that just, it aggravates the hell out of me. Because, if you're only going to keep a show around to try to sell toys, then fuck off, first of all. Second, you're going to cancel it because girls aren't buying the toys you're making. Except they probably were, you just weren't marketing them to girls, and therefore your research data is completely skewed. As bad as Scrappy was, anyone remember Flim Flam? 13. No. I never watched. No. 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 No, Cartoon Network canceled both the Green Lantern animated show and Young Justice because of toy sales. You can Google it to get the full interview and full information on it, but it was because the toys weren't selling and they were blaming girls for bad toy sales because their demographic showed that there were a lot of girls watching the show, and naturally girls don't buy action figures, and they blamed it on girls not buying toys and that's what canceled the DC lineup. Which is funny because now Netflix is talking about picking it back up, and Netflix is like, we don't give two shits about toy sales. We just want good content. So, we need to attack the hook.
Attack the chandelier, so Bowser falls to his doom.
Basically. Tiny con artist Vincent Price was awesome. Flim Flam got 10 to 20 years for pickpocket. Looks at bedroom full of action figures. See, that's the thing. All of the girls I know growing up, they had more action figures than I did. Because they're like it's a badass... Well, most of my female friends were also very big into art. A lot of drawing, a lot of things like that. So it's they would use the toys as models. So, they would go out and... My girlfriend in high school spent so much money on action figures because it's a good representation for something to draw. So that's it. But it's just one of those stupid things. We're gonna cancel something because girls. You say that, and there's no way I can take you seriously after that part.
Yeah.
Neil apparently has an encyclopedic knowledge of Scooby-Doo. They added Daphne after a couple... I do remember Daphne coming back. I remember that. Wasn't there just a show of Daphne, Shaggy, and no Fred or Velma? Yeah. I once did a parody of the 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon based on Scooby-Doo. Mazel tov! That's impressive. That's impressive.
So, Malthael has the power of death, so we need to also have the power of death in order to be able to fight him.
Well, makes sense. You have to fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
I'm seeing ghosts! Quick, call Scooby-Doo! Oh. It's bad. How many fucking Max Steel toys? Favorite show that Disney canceled was Tron. Uprising, and My Babysitter's a Vampire. I always liked Gargoyles, but it got kind of weird toward the end. Harlem Globetrotters on Scooby. Yes, I remember the Harlem Globetrotters. I also remember Batman and Robin on Scooby-Doo. And I'm just sitting here going, I wish that I'm expecting the Joker to kill one of you. That's my Scooby-Doo universe got swallowed by the Tommy Westphal universe. Miss Max Steel, the original, not the fucking awful remake that's now apparently good. Yeah, I saw the live-action movie, and I'm like...
I think you might need to talk to this person.
Do I need to talk to you? All those years ago. I have tried only to live as you taught me. By killing every... Must find a way to defeat Melthiel. Many crusaders are imprisoned deep within the fortress. I have the strength to open a path for you. For us, and the spirit of every crusader who has ever died will lend you their strength. Lend me your power!
So we're gonna be summoning up the spirit bomb.
I can take spirit energy from the nearby planets. That'll help kill Frieza, right?
Oh yeah, and if you missed it, Malthael's plan is he's taking the Black Soul Stone and he's using its power to rip the demonic essence out of all the humans.
Oh, well then.
Which, you know, they're not demons anymore, but they're kind of dead.
The Killing Joke now with Scooby and the gang. Oh god, that would be dark. That would be really dark. Because then it'd probably be Daphne, because she's the redhead, she'd get shot and paralyzed. But she's not the smart one, so she couldn't become Oracle. So, this is taking a dark turn for a conversation. Scooby Gang getting shot and paralyzed by the Joker. Oh god. Huh. Ever had a thought of, this is the reason why I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell? Yeah.
Texas.
Thank you, Bogo. Thank you for that one.
Kitty kitty. No.
Texas. You're sitting in the chair, you can come over here. You wanna come here? Everyone on the internet would love to see you.
Lonely kicks.
Texas, come here. He's sitting in my desk chair. Like, no, I'm not coming near you. You're gonna parade me off. Danger-prone Daphne. Like Zoinkies, man. Oh. Alright, I've been playing a little bit too much Overwatch, because I saw that floating there. I'm like, is that Doomfist?
There was a lot of demons in there.
Yeah, and they're all dead. Hi, Gracie. Are you coming back to be social? You are. Gracie's coming back to be social. God, they just keep coming. How many of you are there?
Supposedly 3 waves. And it's done.
And I'm spent. Okay, if you had to bring a cartoon back as a remake, what would it be? Street Sharks. Can I direct, or who? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, do I have any creative say over how the remake is handled, or is it just I have to put my faith in Hollywood? Because if I have to put my faith in Hollywood, I'm not going to say anything, because we're getting enough of it, and it's all mostly crap. So But, like, if I had some creative say... If I had some creative say, I would probably say either Tailspin or Darkwing Duck. Because I loved those shows. The world of Tailspin was so lost on me as a kid. Going back and rewatching it as an adult, it's like, this world is fucking awesome. Aside from the fact that it's talking animals that have, you know, the ability to fly planes and shit. It's, like, what you would... It's the quintessential, we look at the future as something better. Even though it's not even future, it's like we want to see the 1950s as what the 1950s really could have been if we had, you know, almost a model utopian society. It's like it was so pristine. Like when they go into the city that they all lived in, Saint Canard, or was it Saint Canard? Or was that may have been Darkwing Duck? Darkwing Duck was Saint Canard. I'm blanking on the city that they lived in Tailspin, and I got stuck in a wall and frozen. But it was like super tall, like glass skyscrapers, gorgeous buildings, like a waterfall going through a building. There's all sorts of things that I'm like, it looked so nice. And nowadays, all of our, like, hey, look at this future. It's all post-apocalyptic. Like, we don't view the future in, like, bright, shiny, like, betterment of society ways. It's always like, oh yeah, the nuclear apocalypse happened. Sucks to be you. Like, that's all we see. Cape Suzette, thank you. Thank you, everyone saying that. Clerks, the animated series, I wouldn't remake it. I just give them more episodes. Totally Spies could use a remake. I never liked Totally Spies. Never got into it.
Kim Possible was good, though.
Kim Possible is good. Mostly, I can't take Totally Spies seriously because of one GIF that I saw that it personified the series to me. Like, they had a little lipstick thing that shot a laser, and then they had two like compact makeup mirrors, and they focused the mirrors at each other and like shot the laser to where the laser just kept bouncing back and forth, and then they used it to make two lasers. I'm like, this is not how that works, people. This is not. There's a set of physics that I really think we need to address. So, yeah. We're talking about what show would you like to have remade if you had to pick a cartoon show. Totally Spies was made with Rule 34 in mind, probably.
As far as like no mention of Rocco or Camp Lazlo, though.
Rocco, I think, fits in that same time frame as like Ren and Stimpy, where I think if they made it today, it would just be a little too much. Like, I don't think they'd ever really be able to recapture what made Rocco entertaining at the time. Part of it was, you know, oh, we are out of space.
Yep.
Part of it was like they're gonna throw adult humor out that people aren't, like, kids aren't gonna get, but kids will be like, haha, that's funny, but it's like, mostly because I don't watch a lot of cartoon shows these days. The last one that I ever really watched was Chowder. So, I know there's probably some adult humor in a lot of these, so. Every episode was a fetish, I swear. There's even an inflation episode. Godzilla the series. Oh, another series I want. Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot. Bring that shit back. I'd like to see that. Aaron thinks Kim Possible is hot. I can see that. I keep forgetting who I would think, like, because Kim Possible, like, redheaded spy. There was an actress at the time that always reminded us, like, she should play a live-action Kim Possible. Now I'm blanking on her. She had a nice midriff. I liked her pants. See, I also never really got into Camp Lazlo. I watched a couple episodes of it and was like, this is weird. But that's a lot of shows these days. I watched a couple episodes of Steven Universe and thought the same thing about that. That one comes highly recommended, though. I just haven't gotten into it. And then people always say Gravity Falls is another one that I should see. I haven't done that. Big Guy and Rusty. Because Big Guy and Rusty was... You know, it was basically Fallout meets Astro Boy. Scarlett Johansson. No, not Scarlett Johansson, because she was younger, and it's around the same time. I'm really blanking. It's not like Natalie Portman, but it's same.
Do you have any decent emeralds?
I don't know. Let me check my equipment, and because I know there's not going to be anything worth switching over to. Yeah, no. Desperate.
That helm down there is decent.
Which one? This one?
The Impetuous Mask.
Yeah, actually it kind of is. Phalanx Defense.
Another nice one.
Yeah. Legionnaire Vessel, Strength, Vitality. Less Strength, more Vitality. I think I'll keep the...
It's 4 less strength, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is only 4. But it also has the
shield bash damage.
Yeah.
Looked like a decent ring there, maybe. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, no.
Not as good.
Strength and Vitality. Less Vitality, but more Strength.
Significantly more strength.
Yeah. Native Essence. None of that's going to be worthwhile. What about you? Yeah, we'll go with you. And let's trash things. Trash all the things. And then see if we've got any emeralds to give you. Danny Phantom. I never watched Danny. I know. Fuck out. So damn disappointed the way I handle it. Detention Area was a missed show. I just want more villains like David Xanatos. I liked Xanatos. Because he was a villain, but he was... Where is it? There we go. Emerald, you say?
Flawless emeralds.
That's some flawless. You want the non-flawed or the?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Have some emeralds. Why have they not made a Big Hero 6 cartoon? They're supposed to be making a sequel. Because I thought there was going to be a second movie about it, but I haven't heard anything about it in forever at this point.
Dropped a couple of rubies for you.
Ooh, rubies. Ruby, ruby, roo.
Why is my... I just noticed my inventory is still, like, ridiculously full.
Remember the Peter Pan cartoon with Tim Curry? I do. Who doesn't remember the Proud Family? I remember the Proud Family, but I never really watched it.
I thought I broke everything already.
God, there was a while Tim Curry was doing every animated show. I remember Mighty Max. I mostly remember Mighty Max because of the toys. I was one of the toys for Mighty Mouse.
Oh, I think that's... I was wondering why I couldn't break some of this stuff, but I think it's because it was vendor stuff.
Big Hero 6 is going to be in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, it is. Big Hero 6, there's going to be a Big Hero 6 world in Kingdom Hearts 3, so... Gargoyles, a.k.a. the crew of the Starship Enterprise between episodes. He recorded 6 episodes of Batman as the Joker before Mark Hamill came in, saged him. I always confused Mighty Max and Fantastic Max. See, now that you said that, I'm going to do the same thing from now on. That's going to be the same for me. I'm going to just break that. Getting rid of a perfect diamond.
I'll hang on to the perfects, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably won't need them, but who knows.
Who remembers the Mummy cartoon? Well, there was Mummies Alive, but then wasn't there like a Mummy cartoon based off of like Brendan Fraser's movies, The Mummy? I want to say there was a very short-lived cartoon based off of that just flopped hardcore. I should probably get rid of some of my stuff as well, shouldn't I?
Yeah, the stuff that you can't break.
I don't really need... I'll keep the perfects as well.
I mean, diamonds could be good because they give you all res, but I don't know. Really, you could just sell all the topaz.
Keep the emeralds. And sell that. Sell that.
Rusty flail that we... Like, I just realized that we had our starting weapon since the beginning of the game.
And the rings that I don't need. There we go. No, there was one based off the movie. That's the thing. I could have swore there was... the one I love that nobody remembers is Vortec. I remember the name, but I could not place the show to save my life. Bring back Carmen Sandiego cartoon. That's right, I came full circle. We're back to Carmen Sandiego. I also loved the 2 agent kids, the brother and sister that we're always trying to catch her, and then the floating head computer that was the.
Oh, those are really nice gloves for you.
They kind of are. What are their stats? I wonder. They've got the vitality and 108 life per second, but no attack. You, on the other hand, yeah,
a whole ton of strength and crit chance, and then physical resist.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, we're back to Carmen Sandiego, and inappropriate thoughts about a fully grown female thief who. You know, the ironic thing is she was not sexualized. Like she didn't show off any cleavage. She was wearing a fucking trench coat. So I mean, but she was like your quintessential like femme fatale without having to show off a ton of skin. I'm actually really impressed by the more I think about Carmen Sandiego, the more I am impressed about this character, and I'm gonna have to check out Pro Jared's video about it because that's something. There's an alternate dub of Macros featuring Vic Magnolia as Hikaru, a.k.a. Rick Hunter. I have to check that out. Master Crusader. You saw me die, you took up my shield. Death is part of who you are, take its power. But I will not become death incarnate.
So...
what do I... Spirits?
This is all flavor stuff. So you can just pick whichever, including cancel if you want.
What's your spirits? Each train the next. You've made us all proud. But we wonder, where's your apprentice? It's just hard. The world keeps plunging into darkness. There will be another U.S. agent. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead. Oh no, I have to...
No, you don't.
Oh, we don't? Okay.
Yeah. So... It's about 9 o'clock, and we're close-ish. Like, I forget if there's 3 or 4 levels to the dungeon, but we're on 2 now. So this is either the last one, or there's one more after this one. But I think this is the last floor.
Okay, so end here or pick up from here next?
We would probably finish within 30 minutes, I think.
So keep going?
Yeah, I think we can
All right,
get to the end.
We'll keep going. Keep the conversation going. Shaman King was cool. Something about a blonde girl with a fro. Never mind. We got motorcycle battle armor to wear. Another show that I think would be good to bring back, but I don't think it would do quite as well these days because of technology being a thing, would be SWAT Cats. The Radical Squadron. One, they weren't a squadron. It was 2 guys and a fighter. It was 2 cats, anthropomorphic cats, in basically an F-14. Like, they weren't... A squadron implies a multiple... They did not have multiple. It was... I'm just going to let you eat that. That was painful looking. Speaking of feels, freezing vibration destroyed me. Go all the way, she said. And now we're doing that's what she said. I'm going to keep throwing my hammer. Should have named myself Thor instead of US Agent. I'm throwing a hammer way more than a shield. I did have the shield throw equipped for the bulk of the live streams, though.
Yeah, we could take one last look at our skills, see if there's anything we want to swap out before we get, or once we get to the portal.
The final portal. Didn't they try to do this Kickstarter? I did not know they were doing another Swan Cats. I do remember Biker Mice from Mars, and I really could not stand it. I don't know why. Just the show irked me. Just something about it was just... It's one of those... my early memories as I was like, no, I refuse to support this endeavor. I just can't.
I'm not entirely sure where I am right now. There I am.
I don't know where I am in this madness. That tornado ability that I have is actually quite impressive. Callie Briggs is the only character I'd go furry for. Greasepit, you wanted to see me ball? No, dear boy, but sometimes I have to. Anyone remember Secret Saturday? I do remember Secret Saturdays, mostly because there was a game about it that was on the Wii that was an inside joke for some of the GameStop employees. Inside jokes consist of calling other stores, pretending to be a customer, and asking for certain games. The big one is asking if they have Battletoads, because a lot of games were still in the GameStop system for, like, the product codes for pretty much anything were still in GameStop system while I was there. So it's like, even though they hadn't carried Super Nintendo games in probably a better part of a decade at that point, all the codes were still there. So you could call up and be like, hey, yeah, do you have Battletoads? But if you said Battletoads, people typically knew that you were just dicking around with them. So they would give them the product code, the in-system SKU, and like, oh yes, it's like, I forget what the SKU is, but they would give the numbers like, oh, let me see, and it's Battletoads, fuck you. And it got to the point where a couple of stores would actually just have a cartridge of Battletoads in some way, shape, or form, like the Game Boy game, or just a copy of Battletoads. Just be like, yeah, we have a copy, and they put a price tag on it of like $9,000. Just to be like, you want it? Come buy it. Everyone remembers Static Shock. I loved Static Shock. I love how they tied in metahumans in the DC universe in a different way, other than just saying, you know, random. Like they gave a reason for it, for like an entire generation of people to be like, oh yes, everyone in this area has, you know, superpowers because of, you know, massive event. It actually made a little bit more sense than, you know, just pretending it didn't exist. Calling GameStop for Battletoads was pretty much the equivalent of a Rickroll. Yeah. You have no idea. And what aggravated me is, like, my coworkers that thought it was funny. Like, I had a coworker that, he worked at my store for a while and transferred to another store, but still hung out with all of us. And so, like, he would call our store and just be like, hey, yeah, Battletoads? I'm like, shut up. Because typically his store did not get the amount of call or amount of traffic that we did. We got a fair bit of traffic for our store. So like he would always manage to call when it was at its busiest. And like, I would just love to throttle him at times. Muscular mice in tight leather pants. I always loved the Static's crossover for other things, like when he would, like Batman Beyond, or the other Justice League cartoons. Like Static would just kind of show up and be like, "Yeah, we're in the future. Hi, my name's Static, and you are," like. But sadly, it's probably a show we would not ever see remade. Question: would everyone rather be a metahuman or a mutant? Well, I mean, the difference is being kind of semantic in a way, really, because I mean, metahuman meaning you are human and then some external force alters you to give you powers, whereas mutant is you are human but you have a genetic discrepancy that gives you powers. And that's the thing is, like, some mutants had some really awesome powers, and then you had mutants that didn't have awesome powers and were just kind of weird. But you also have metahumans that have awesome powers, metahumans that are just kind of weird. So I mean, it would really depend on the power that I get from it, really. So metas don't have to worry about Sentinels or Senator Kelly, no contest. See, that's the thing. They never really talk about non-mutant, super-powered individuals in the Marvel Universe on whether or not Sentinels could track them down. I imagine they could. And I imagine they would. It's just Senator Kelly wouldn't care nearly as much about them. Alright, let's see what I've got. I've got my hammer. Pretty sure the same runes that I had beforehand. Seeks out nearby targets.
There will be a couple extra enemies spawned here and there, but for the most part, we're going to be fighting one enemy.
Let's go. Let's go Hammer of Pursuit just to change it up. R2. That's my lightning pillar, and Fisher. 410 weapon damage over 5 seconds. That's also my shield throw. Let's see about the hammer. Yeah, I'll keep that. That's Judgment. Pass Judgment. Yeah, that's fine. Condemn. Yeah, I kind of like Condemn. That one's...
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and then Laws of Hope has actually been pretty useful as well.
Yeah, and we found out that the symbol is... There's actually a passive part of this, but it doesn't show up because of the PS3 screen limitations. But yeah, if you press like R2 on the skill description,
Yeah,
it shows up.
Basically, do you want to be hated a lot or hated less? Magic must defeat magic. Also, are you in Marvel or DC? Because the populace is vastly... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, anyone with powers in DC is typically revered, whereas Marvel, it's like, you're different. See, I'd rather be in Marvel, because I like the Marvel characters a little bit better.
Yeah, this is the end.
Mostly because I think Superman needs to be taken down a peg or two. And then, like, all of the story, it's always Batman versus Superman. Like, the Injustice story was Batman versus Superman.
The heart of the fortress.
That's
It just has a giant ball of darkness.
Yeah. I love the chains coming out. Like, really? Alright, let's go into the heart of the cards. DC's populace tends to have a better opinion of their heroes. This is true. So we have reached the end. We are going to beat the game in this stream.
Yeah.
So
Unless he just,
unless he just wails on
destroys
us,
us
yeah.
royally.
It's the end of the world as we know it. People don't know how to write Superman. When they get it right, see, that's the thing. I think I've read 1 or 2 good Superman stories. Everything else is just like, let's just basically make him Deus Ex Machina.
Okay, and some of his stuff can kind of hurt, so, be a little bit careful about just standing and stuff.
The slow on that... Hey, look, it's a bullet hell! Oh god, 2,000 points of damage. That actually kind of sucks. And... dodge out of the way. Oh, hey, look! Summon minions. I'm getting tore up in that mist. Stop following me.
Oh, that was...
He's almost half dead. Almost half dead. Oh, he is over half dead. We have half killed the Angel of Death. Remember with Archie crossover? Didn't Archie die? I want to say Archie died. At one point. I don't know if...
He broke it. He absorbed it.
Oh, well then.
Mouthlale's the primeval now. Or may as well be.
Basically.
I was expecting him to have, more health than this, though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even have to... I forgot, I don't even have to aim. I can just hang out back here. I don't have to aim shit.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. It's the clouds that are seeking are kind of bullshit. Because they slow you down and they do a ton of damage. And we've killed him! We've killed the Angel of Death! We've won! Look at me celebrate! Look at the celebration! Apparently Jughead's now been pretty much canonically presented as asexual.
Ooh, shinies. Not that it
And
matters terribly.
Not that... because we're done. It's over. Go home. So, yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, the only thing Jughead cares about is hamburgers. That boss was a letdown. I mean, to be fair, we are only playing it on, hard?
Yeah, it's on hard.
Which when the difficulty goes normal, hard, like when you're the second stage up, you might as well be playing it on normal. Like you've got easy, normal, hard, like really the second stage difficulty is not like. All right, so we got to talk to Tyrael.
Yeah, still though, like normally Malthael has considerably more HP than Urzael does.
So Diablo's back.
Yep.
Do you wish to leave the game and return to the main menu? Yeah, basically. So that's it. I would totally take a nice juicy hamburger over that. Right now I would kind of kill for a really good burger. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to go out and get a really good hamburger for either lunch or dinner or something. I don't know. I was talking to someone about it today. I'm like, I hate you with a burning passion right now because I would kill for really good hamburger. But that's the end of Diablo. We have beat Diablo. We have played through an entire game as a series for live streams. It's actually really impressive. It's really entertaining. I don't know what we're gonna do next.
Don't fear the Reaper.
Don't fear the Reaper. No, I can't sing. I'll get flagged. Well, I mean, I can't sing in general. I'm tone deaf beyond all words, but I don't want to get my stuff flagged.
I mean, your stuff is already flagged because, you say swears.
I don't say swears. See you next week for Sonic 06. No, you won't. Why is the final boss only holding a wooden dagger? Why do these random monsters carry 487 gil and a magic fire ring? It will forever be a mystery.
I mean, if any of you have played Final Fantasy XI, you know very well, the process of killing, like, Kirin, and it drops a wind crystal.
Oh my god. So, if you can't sing in key, then you won't get flagged. Well said. Where is my copyright hammer? So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to play next week now, at this rate. We'll see if we can get the PC stuff working.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. But we have beat Diablo 3. It's actually kind of impressive that, over the course of several weeks, we were able to beat a full game. I'm sitting here looking at my shelf like, what to do next? It's going to be fun. But like I said, hopefully tomorrow I will get my Patreon up so you guys can see what that's going to be about. Because while, YouTube is profitable, it's not reliable. And I've had a lot of people ask if there's any way to support the channel other than like fan funding or things like that, which, the problem with fan funding is YouTube still takes its own little cut, and then, it goes through PayPal, which takes its own little cut. So things like Patreon are just a little bit more substantial, that not everyone's getting their cut. So I'll have that up, and then you guys can, help support the channel, and then also help influence the channel. Do Overwatch on PS4 or PC? I'd play Overwatch on PC. I want to be the guy. Nope. Next week, Lost Level. No. Yeah, I play Overwatch on PC. Most first-person shooters I play on PC, because if I play them with any level of seriousness, I play them with a mouse and keyboard. And I don't know if the PS4 supports mouse and keyboard combination, but I would imagine probably not. But maybe make a straw poll. So, yeah, there's going to be some stuff on the Patreon to help contribute. And I know, like I said, a lot of the things might be rather expensive for people, but I do listen to a lot of you guys, a lot of the regulars. If you suggest something, I try to take it under consideration to get that up. So even if you can't support whatever tier is the hey, pick this game to Let's Play or live stream, that
I mean, Diablo was a suggestion.
Yeah, Diablo is a suggestion. So it's like I do try to keep up with suggestions, but it's a way to also help prevent people from trolling too much, because I've been getting a lot more trolls lately. People telling me that I am every meme of 4chan rolled into one, which I don't get, and then getting like a really large YouTubers commenting on my content because they don't agree with my stances. So yeah, it'll be fun. So we will see you all next week for something. Maybe if we can get working the Diablo PC stuff. That's what I'm hoping for. So that way we can just finish out Diablo, and then when we have the brand new ISP, which is gonna be so fucking glorious, that we'll be able to do some new stuff. And yeah, so thank you all for joining us for Diablo. This has been fun. This honestly is the first Diablo game I've played through in its entirety since Diablo 1. I never beat Diablo 2. I never got to the end. At least not on my... I played a game at the end with Sanchez, but I never made it from beginning to end. So, same with any of the expansion packs. Like, there was the Hellfire expansion pack and then a whole bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll go ahead and end this stream here, even though the credits are still going. The credits are going to go because it's a Blizzard game. So
yeah, they are quite long.
They are lengthy. So yeah, thank you all. See you next week, and stay tuned for my. Hey, we made it to the end. So
I ended the credits.
Oh, you ended the credits. So yes, see you all next week. Bye, everyone.